Hello everyone and welcome back to Beatley Tone's Beatles channel. Lovely to have you here. Thanks for joining me for this video and I hope you're all doing well. Now in today's video it's this month's episode in the series that I'm calling Beatley Tone's Beatles Bargains, where I go off trawling the internet looking for Beatles bargains to tell you about so you don't have to. And I think I found a couple of good ones that, well, actually I found a couple of corkers to tell you about this month, so stay tuned for that. Now normally I do this video, I'm trying to do them at the end of the month, but because it's January sales time, I thought I'd get in a little bit early before the vendors sort of run out of stock of what they have got on offer. Okay, so let's get on with it. Okay, before we get on to the Beatley stuff, just indulge me for a minute, because I think there's probably a lot of people here who, you know, if you're into the Beatles, you're probably into the Who as well. And as you know, last year the Who brought out their anniversary great big package of Who's Next. There are lots of different variations. I went for the 4LP version, but there was a 10 CD version, and I think it's got a Blu-ray on it as well. Very, very comprehensive. Obviously had a remaster of the main album. It had all the Lifehouse demos, hardback book, some live recordings, loads and loads of stuff. But when it came out, it was about 250, 260 quid, and that was too much for me. I went for the 4LP version, which was less comprehensive, but I was really tempted to go for. I really wanted the big box, the big CD box, but it was just too much money. I thought at 250, 260 quid. Well, Amazon.co.uk have now got it for £127.59, which is an absolute bargain. If you want to go that deep into that album, now is the time to pick it up. I'm tempted to buy it at that price. It's like 130 quid off, so an absolute bargain. So if you want to pick up the 10 CD version of Who's Next, Amazon.co.uk is the place to look for it. Okay, just going to talk about a couple of books before we get on to the music. We've talked before about these superb standalone books published by Thames and Hudson that accompany the John Lennon Ultimate Mixes collections that have come out so far. We've had two so far, Imagine and Plastic Ono Band, and these books have been quite expensive when they first come out. We know that we're also getting Mind Games in June this year, and there is a book to accompany that, also published by Thames and Hudson. At the moment, you can pre-order it, but it's quite expensive. It's about £45 or something like that, and I think about $60 or something like that in America. Now, these books are absolutely superb, really comprehensive, more detail about the albums than the hardback books that come with the box set. So they make a great accompaniment, loads of really great photos, and tons and tons of information, not just about the songs, but where John and Yoko were, with their lives at the time. Really, really great read. This is almost 300 pages. Now, this was about 40 quid. This is now, I think it's 27 pounds to pick this up now. And if you missed the Imagine book as well, that is also on offer at the moment. This is over 300 pages, and the same thing. It covers everything about the albums. Music paper, ads for the albums, all the labels, all the information about the songs, and everything you could possibly want to know. Probably the last word on the Imagine and Plastic Ono Band album. Now the Imagine book was the first one to come out. This was, I think, about 35 quid previously. It's now £12.99. You can pick both of these up at those prices at Amazon.co.uk. If you're in America, on Amazon.com, they're $30 each. So not quite as cheap for Imagine, but about roughly the same price for the Plastic Ono Band book. So two bargains there. you can pick up. You will not be disappointed with these books. They are superb. So if you're after those, probably now is a good time to get it. Especially the Imagine $12.99. It's over 300 pages. You can't go wrong, can you? Now, next up, I'm not exactly calling this a bargain, but there is some money off the red and the blue albums on amazon.co.uk. It's not very much. It's just a little bit. I think these albums were about $25.99 when it came out in November. The red album you can now pick up for about £21, I think it is. £21.94. There's 12% off. The blue album, there's £2 off. You can pick it up for 23 quid. So not exactly a bargain, but there is some money off those if you held back from buying these when they came out. It either tempts you, it doesn't. But I thought I'd tell you about it anyway. The next thing, not exactly a bargain, but the Maypang documentary about the Lost Weekend, A Love Story, has finally arrived in the UK, or is finally arrived available to buy in the UK and Europe. It is available on amazon.co.uk. You've had it in America since it came out. It went to the cinema there. We didn't get it in the cinemas here. I think it came out middle of 2023. Was it early 2023? I'm not sure, but we've never had it here, so I haven't actually seen it yet. And it has finally arrived, as I say, in the UK and Europe. It's £15 for the Blu-ray, a tenner for the DVD, and if you've got Amazon Prime, you can rent it for £5. So which is what I'm going to do. I don't need that nonsense cluttering up my house, so I'm just going to rent it. I'll watch it, and I will do a review of that soon. So the Lost Weekend, A Love Story, Maypang's documentary is finally available in the UK. I know that probably doesn't interest anyone outside the UK or Europe because you've all already seen it, but I thought I'd tell you about it anyway. Now, what is an absolute bargain is this. This is the Let It Be Super Deluxe CD box set. It's a 6-disc set, and I'll go through that in a minute. We featured this before. The last time that we featured it was about 38 quid. They had it as a bargain for 38 quid. And by the time I got my video out, it had already sold out. It already sold out that price, and they put the price up again, and it was going for about 60 or 70 quid. People were telling me that they tried to buy it and that it was going for 60 or 70 quid. So that's what they do. So if there's a trend, if there's a run on one of their products, they put the price up. So if you are after this, don't hesitate. Just go and get it sort of straight away, because otherwise they'll all be sold out at that price, and it'll be more. So I'll tell you what is in here if you can't remember. So you get a superb hardback book with this, which is really good. Tells you everything about the songs and the recording of the album. This is the wallet that comes with it. This is the main deal. So it is a 6-disc set. That's 5 CDs and Blu-ray. I'll just quickly go through what each of them are. The main album remixed by Giles Martin and Sam O'Kell, which is superb. Then disc 2 is the Get Back, the Apple sessions. Disc 3 is the rehearsals and the Apple jams. Then you get disc 4, which is the original Glyn Johns 1969 mix, the first mix that he did that was rejected. That's that one. And then the controversial EP, 4 tracks on this EP. So you get Across the Universe and I Me Mine, which is from the Glyn Johns 1970 mix. And then you get a new remix of Let It Be and Don't Let Me Down, the single version of that. That's Giles Martin remix. Then there is a Blu-ray. This is the last Super Deluxe box set to feature a Blu-ray. So you get a Dolby Atmos 5.1 and high-res audio files for that as well. So that is the Let It Be box set. As I say, don't hesitate if you're thinking about getting that. 34 quid, absolute bargain if you held back at the time because of the price. And I looked back at what the price was when it came out, and never mind about 38 quid. It was £104 to buy new when this came out in whatever it was, or was it August 2021 or December 2021? I can't remember now. But when it came out, £104, you can now get it for 34 quid. So if you are after the Let It Be box set, don't hang about, just go and get it. Okay, I don't think I made that clear that the Let It Be box set was from Amazon.co.uk. Okay, moving on. All Things Must Pass, George Harrison, the 50th anniversary remix by Paul Hicks. The 5 LP version, there is a deal to be had, but you have to go to Amazon in Germany, amazon.de. For this. Now they've got it for about €72, which converts to about 63 quid. If you go to amazon.uk looking for the 5 LP version, you'll find it is over £80. So it's about 20 quid off it. If you want to go to Amazon in Germany, obviously there will be a postage cost if you're not in Germany to post it to the UK. They're charging, I think, £4.50 or something like that to post it. I can't show you because I don't have the 5 LP version. I've got the 8 LP version, which I finally submitted to when it went sub 100 quid, I think last year. Originally I started off with the 3 LP splattered vinyl. Now on the 5 LP version you get the original triple album, that's the main double album, plus the jam, and then you get 2 LPs of outtakes and demos and sessions and jams and stuff, which are taken from the 8 LP version. Now, with the 5 LP version, you don't get the hardback book. You only get the hardback book in the 8 LP version and the £1,000 Uber box set, if anyone has that. But you do get this sort of pamphlet. It would be the best thing I could call it. This is what comes in the 3 LP splattered vinyl. It's the same in the 5 LP. It's only about 8 pages or something like that. And it's got a few pictures and a few random bits of text, and as an accompaniment for a product of this quality. It's a little bit embarrassing, not really satisfactory, but that's what you get with the 5 LP version. So if you haven't got the superb remix by Paul Hicks of All Things Must Pass, and you fancy picking up the 5 LP version, Amazon.de is the place to go for that. You'll pick it up around 60 odd quid, €72 for that. Okay, so the final item that I'm going to be talking about in this month's Beatley Tone's Beatles Bargains, I found on Facebook Marketplace. Now, I think this is a shop, and but there is a guy called Kevin Murray who is doing the trading on Facebook, and what he's selling is individual LPs, factory sealed, from the 2017 D Agostini box set. Okay, so he hasn't got them all, but he's got quite a lot of them. Now he's selling single albums for £10 each, double albums for £12 each, and triple albums for £15 each. Now he will post them, but he will charge you the postage. The postage in the UK is about £4.10. So he's got the blue album. This will obviously not be the Giles Martin blue album, the old blue album. Beatles Live at the BBC. He's got the Love album, which is unsealed. He's got Anthology 1, Help, With the Beatles, Revolver, Magical Mystery Tour, Beatles for Sale, Yellow Submarine, and Rubber Soul. As I say, he's got Hard Day's Night, which is unsealed, which he wants £5 for, and he's got Love unsealed for £8 as well. Now, I wouldn't recommend Facebook Marketplace if I hadn't tried it myself. I have ordered the Beatles Live at the BBC, because I didn't have that on vinyl from him, and it arrived this morning, so we're going to be doing a sealed to revealed in a minute and have a look at it. But Kevin is really good. You ask him a question, he comes back to you really quickly. These are an absolute bargain. £10 for an album, £12 for a double. Presume maybe he's got the white album, I don't know. He just hasn't got a picture of it up on his page. But ask, you know, if you're after the white album, then ask him. Triple albums are £15, so that'll be the anthology one and the one that I've bought, the Live at the BBC. So let's have a look. You know, I wouldn't recommend it if, you know, if it was no good. So let's get the shrink off and have a look. There it is with the shrink off. That's the track listing on the back. So the information here is all about the D'Agostini thing. Open it up, looks like that. I had the CD of this when it came out in, when was it, 94 was it? I've never had this on vinyl before. So let's have a look at the vinyl, see what it looks like. That's the first inner sleeve. That's the A side, and that's the side two. Imagine they're all the same. That's the second disc. It's going to fall off in a minute. That's the side 3 and side 4. And finally, the third LP. Side 5 and side 6. This feels like it's 180 gram ish, quite heavy vinyl. So this looks really good. So I'm recommending this. So if you want any of these D'Agostini LPs from that box, contact Kevin Murray on Facebook Marketplace. You know, absolute bargain. £10 for a single album, £12 for a double, £15 for a triple. As I say, he will post them. Obviously, it depends where you are in the world. He charged me £4.10 to post it from the north of England to the south of England. So if you are after any of these D'Agostini LPs and you're having trouble locating the advert on Facebook Marketplace, try searching for Kevin Murray or Vinyl Records Beatles Factory Sealed, like the screenshot that I showed earlier in the video, and you should be able to find him. Say he's really good. He will answer any of your questions, and he'll answer them really quickly. Okay, so that is it for Beatley Bargains of Beatley Tone's Beatles Bargains for January. Please join me again for next month's in February, where I hope I can find something for you next month as well. If I found something for you this month, please tell me down in the comments. If you're thinking of getting any of the things that I've shown in this video, or you've already been out and got them, please tell me about it. You know, I read all your comments and I will respond to all your comments. Okay, well, that is it for me. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye bye.